Good. I heard the comment concerning Howard Carr, and it reminded me. First of all, I'm a retired locomotive engineer.
Okay.
And I remember when I first started running back in 66. And I had this white guy to say, "Oh, you got a white man's job." Oh, it's my job.
Yeah.
I'm the one who took the test, passed, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And I thought about when I was in the military, from 62 to 65, and I read an article from Miles Davis. They were asking him what did he attribute his greatness to. He said that if one time as good as you are, you're not going to recognize me. If I'm 2 times as good, you refuse to. You say, it's a novelty. But if I'm 3 times better, you got to deal with me. So it has been my philosophy in life. In order for me to achieve anything, I've got to be 3 times better than that man, because otherwise we don't get there. It's just, that's my personal thing. I'm not retired.
What's going on? YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, everybody. I am traveling through New Orleans today. Hey, Ma. How y'all doing? Just about to go and pick up this load down here by the French Quarter. Haven't been to the French Quarter in a truck. But I've never been there in a truck, but hey, the first time for everything, right? But I have been to the French Quarter before, some years back. So, they say the streets are just terrible, and I remember how small the damn lanes are. But headed to Illinois with a turnaround and head to back to Georgia or the Carolinas. So this is a runner day. This is a straight up running day. Trying to knock out these loads, stuff like that. You know how it is. You gotta, I gotta do stuff the right way in order to make this money the right way. And over to your left, you can see that DOT is actually doing a pre-trip to a truck on the side of the highway. Boy, I tell you, the goddamn state of Louisiana don't give a shit. They won't even check you at a damn weigh station. They'll pull your ass up on the highway and give you a pre-trip. Or do an inspection on your truck. Him popping his hood, he's getting a level 1 or a level 2. Which is ridiculous. Hey, this is the part of trucking. This is what we go through. You got to deal with these damn cops who feel like, hey, they feel like they have the upper hand. They feel like they just want to go out there and check for bullshit. That's why it's important for you to actually, if you're a truck driver, keep your shit clean. Because it's very unlikely they're going to bother you with a clean truck. If your truck look like it's been through the damn mud 4,000 or 5,000 times and you have not washed that truck since the day you got it, they're honestly gonna fuck with you. So just to let you guys know, that's how DOT will sit up here and bother you for no reason at all. Now, make sure you keep your logbook good. Make sure that logbook always stay good before you hit the road. Make sure your logbooks are good. Make sure that you do a pre-trip on your truck every single day. That is business. Your truck is business. Your truck is how you make money. So make sure you have that pre-trip done on your truck and a post-trip done on your truck every single day so you know your truck. Don't sit up here and say, well, it drives the same, or, I decided to do a pre-trip and I heard something sounding different. That's some shit you could have prevented from even sounding different. But always make sure that you keep a good eye out on your truck, especially whenever you work in your truck, because that is your income. If that truck is down, you're not making any money. And by you not paying attention to the trip of your truck to make sure that it's running fine, that the wheels are tight and good, or make sure nothing is loose, because guess what? You can drop something off your truck and it hits someone, and that's your ass. If you're a company driver, you might lose your job. honestly, off the back, you're going to lose your job. You know, and a new driver, God, that's, you know, that's a whole, you know, a new driver, man, and you just really try to get into the ball game. You haven't even had a chance to start pulling in those, you know, $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 checks every single week. That's a bad damn feeling. You put all that money to school. You took all that time up to try to learn how to do this schooling thing, and you turn around and you don't do a pre-trip on your truck, and something happened like that, and you just lost your whole career. So again, always pre-trip your shit. Sorry for the foul language. That's just me. I'm not going to sit up here and, you know, govern how I talk to you, because for what, I'm a grown-ass man. And I noticed that a few of these little Facebook pages that I deal with, you know, oh, you know, we don't want no cursing in here. I understand what you're trying to say, but I'm making a point. Sometimes, you know, my point is not always going to sit up here and be considered as being a non-curse. That's why I don't, you know, that's why I didn't take my butt around my mama too much, because, boy, you know, she was a preacher woman. And if I went around cursing, boy, whoo, I swear I saw Jesus. Every time she put her hand across my head, every time she laid her hands on me, because of my mouth. So that's why, you know, believe it or not, I was the quietest person around my mom, because I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. But on to this little trip. I'm headed up to Illinois. I would tell you the name of the city, but I don't have it with me right there in front of me. Because, you know, I don't take my hand off the wheel. I don't do a lot of texting and shit like that, because I'm not hitting anybody, and I'm not having anybody hitting me. So it's a beautiful day out here in New Orleans. Really nice. It's about 73 degrees out here right now, this early in the damn morning. And, you know, I think this truck need to have like a 360 degree view, so you can see everything, and wherever my eyes move to. I just seen some women out here look damn good. Ooh, thighs for days. Like Miss Lady here in this Highland. Hey, Miss Lady. Sister girl over there that needs some Massimo. Come back here, Warren. Ooh, that's a thick one. That little Nissan. Yeah, but I'm not going to bore the hell out of you guys. I'm like going to turn my radio up a little bit. Finish listening to Joe Madison. You got to get my politics in the morning. Not have the time to sit up here and joke around and laugh about bullshit when it's time for us to get out here, and don't you dare do it, dumbass. Please stay off your goddamn phone. You see what I'm talking about? Idiots in the cell phone. Put on some goddamn, she about to hit this man. Look. On that damn cell phone. Golly. Wow, look, oh my God, that's cool. DOT is actually it's changing the tire for somebody. Louisiana State Police is changing the tire for somebody. Hey, that's a good car. Never seen that happen in my life. It's an older black lady, he's out there changing the tire for her. Sorry, it's an older lady. He is changing a tire for her. Pretty damn cool car. You don't meet those always. Very surprised. Very, very surprised. So, state of Louisiana, if you get this information, you got a cool cop. He's out here on, what the heck, I'm on 10 East. And this guy's changing the tire for an older lady. Yeah, give him a hands up on that. And I don't always see that. One thing about driving a truck, you always have to make sure that you look in front of you. Look around you, look beside you, look down your trailers. But the beautiful thing about driving a truck, you see more of what's going on in the truck than you will see in the car. Now, I just noticed in front of me, one person decided to jump over with no blinkers, and the other person just flying up the road. And if the other person was actually not paying attention to what they was doing flying up the road, they would have hit the person who decided to cut them off with no blinker. Again, like I say, people need to learn how to govern themselves while driving. It's very simple. It's not the hardest thing in the world. Just play the road. That's an ugly color cam. Green and yellow. Root boy. Green and yellow root boy cam. Who the fuck got a green and yellow flag? I don't know. Did you guys see the little car just jumped in front of me with no blinker?
In 2 miles, keep to the left on I-10 East. Speed warning.
Hey, whenever that thing says speed warning, it only means that I went about 3 miles over the speed limit. So, if you see anything below 5 miles, at least 5 miles below or 5 miles above, you're good. But I usually do it 3 miles just to govern how fast am I going, because I do not like to use cruise control. Cruise control is good, but I like to make sure how fast I'm going. I know how fast I'm going. Oh, traffic. Go away, traffic. At least you're not worse than Atlanta traffic is. Woo! Anybody know what I'm talking about? Say hell yeah.
This year, now listen to this. The choice isn't between, I'm reading, between 2 capable major party nominees who happen to have significant ideological differences. This year, one of the candidates, Republican nominee Donald Trump, is by unanimous consensus of the editorial board, unanimous, unfit for the presidency. It says here, whether through indifference or ignorance, Trump has betrayed fundamental commitments made by all presidents since the end of World War II. These commitments include unwavering support for NATO allies, steadfast opposition to Russian aggression, and the absolute certainty that the United States will make good on its debts. He has expressed troubling admiration for authoritarian leaders and scant regard for constitutional protection. We have been highly critical
In a quarter mile,
of the
keep to
GOP
the left on
nominee in a
I-10
number
East.
of previous editorial, with early voting already underway in several states, and polls showing
In
a close
800
race.
feet, keep to the left on I-10
Now
East.
is the time to spell out in one place the reason that Trump should not be president. One, he is erratic. Trump has been on so many sides of so many issues that attempting to assess his policy positions is like shooting at a moving target. A list prepared by NBC details, listen to this, 124 shifts by Trump on 20 major issues since shortly before he entered the race. He simply spouts slogans and outcomes. He replaced Obamacare with something terrific. Without any
In 2 miles, keep to the right
explanation
on I-10 East.
of how he achieved it. 2. He is ill-equipped to be commander-in-chief. Trump's foreign policy pronouncement typically range from uninformed to incoherent. It's not just Democrats that say this. Scores of Republican national security leaders have signed an extraordinary open letter calling Trump's foreign policy vision wildly inconsistent and unmoored in principle. In a Wall Street Journal column this month, Robert Gates, the highly respected former defense secretary, who served presidents of both parties over a half a century, described Trump as beyond repair. We had a former Secretary of Defense on our show, Bill Clinton, who in essence said the same thing in a different way. Number 3, he traffics in prejudice. From the very beginning, Trump has built his campaign on appeals to bigotry and xenophobia, whipping up resentment against Mexicans, Muslims, and migrants. His proposal for mass deportation and religious tests are unworkable and contrary to American ideals. Trump has stirred racist sentiment in ways that can't be erased by his belated and clumsy outreach to African Americans. His attack on an Indiana-born federal judge of Mexican heritage fit the textbook definition of a racist comment, according to House Speaker Paul Ryan, the highest-ranking elected official in the Republican Party. And for 5 years, Trump fanned the absurd argument that falsely questioned the legitimacy of the nation's first black president. His business career is checkered. Trump has built his candidacy on his achievement as a real estate developer and entrepreneur. It's a shaky scout. Starting in 1973 Justice Department suit against Trump and his father for systematically discriminating against blacks in housing rentals. The Trumps fought the suit, but later settled on terms that were viewed as a government victory, not a Trump victory. Trump's companies have had more spectacular financial successes, but his track record is marred by 6 bankruptcy filings, apparent misuse of the family's charitable foundation, and allegation by Trump University customers of fraud. A series of investigative articles published by USA Today Network found that Trump has been involved in thousands, not hundreds, thousands of lawsuits over the past 3 decades. Thousands, including at least 60 that involve small businesses and contract employees who they said were stiff. So much for being a champion of the little guy. He isn't leveling with the American people. Is Trump as rich as he says? No one knows. In part because among major party presidential candidates for the past 4 decades, he refuses to release his tax returns. Nor do we know whether he has paid his fair share of taxes or the extent of his foreign financial entanglements. He speaks recklessly. In the days after the Republican convention, Trump invited Russian hackers to interfere with an American election by releasing Hillary Clinton's emails, and he raised the prospects of Second Amendment people preventing the Democratic nominee from appointing liberal justices. It is hard to imagine 2 more irresponsible statements from one presidential candidate. He has coerced the national dialogue. Did you ever imagine that a presidential candidate would discuss the size of his genitalia during a national televised Republican debate? Neither did we. Did you ever imagine a presidential candidate, one who avoids service in the military, would criticize Gold Star parents who lost a son in Iraq? Neither did we. Did you ever imagine you'd see a presidential candidate mock a disabled reporter? Neither did we. Trump's inability or unwillingness to ignore criticism raises the specter of a president who, like Richard Nixon, would create enemies lists and be consumed with getting even with his critics. He's a serial liar. Among polls, although polls show that Clinton is considered less honest and trustworthy than Trump, it's not even a close contest. Trump is in a league of his own. And when it comes to the quality and quantity of his misstatements, when confronted with a falsehood such as his assertion that he was always against the Iraq War, Trump's reaction is to use the big lie technique of repeating it so often that people began to believe it. We are not unmindful of the issues that Trump's campaign has exploited. The disappearance of working class jobs, excessive political correctness, the direction of the Supreme Court, urban unrest and street violence, the rise of Islamic terrorist groups, Islamic State terrorist groups, gridlock in Washington, and the influence of moneyed interests, all are legitimate sources of concern. Nor does the editorial represent unqualified support for Hillary Clinton, who has her own flaws, though hers are less likely to threaten national security and lead to a constitutional crisis. The editorial board does not have a consensus for a Clinton endorsement. Some of us look at her command of the issues, resilience, and long record of public service as First Lady, U.S. Senator, and Secretary of State, and believe she served the nation ably, could serve the nation ably as its president. Other board members have serious reservations about Clinton's sense of entitlement, her lack of candor, and her extreme carelessness in handling classified information. So where does that leave us? Our bottom line advice for voters is this.
In a half
Stay
mile,
true to your
keep to the left on US 90%, US 90
That might
West
mean a
Bank.
vote for Clinton, the most plausible alternative to keep Trump out of the White House. Or it might mean a third-party candidate, or a write-in, or focus on down-valley candidates who will serve the nation honestly, try to heal its divisions, and work to solve its problems. But whatever you
In a quarter
do,
mile, keep to the left on US 90%, US 90 West Bank.
resist the siren song of a dangerous demagogue.
In 1,000 feet, keep
By
to the left on
all
US 90%, US 90
vote.
West Bank.
Just don't vote for Donald Trump. That was released editorial board today, September 30th at 12:54 a.m. EDT, East Daylight Time.
Hey, if you look over to your left,
1.5 miles, take exit 11C, Chocotala Street, South Peters Street.
hey, if you look over to your left, you see the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Ooh, there was a lot of shit that happened up in that place. Yep. Hurricane Katrina. Got a lot of homes, man. Changed a lot of lives. Right there in front of you, to your left-hand side, it's the Superdome. Oh yeah, Atlanta did beat the hell out the Saints this weekend. I just have to pick at that from my mom out here in New Orleans. Yeah, the Dirty Birds beat the Saints. Don't get mad. Ain't nothing like the Falcons. Make an upside down look better. But we got the worst fucking quarterback in town. Ooh, that's sorry best of them. He actually ran the ball. His punk ass.
quarter mile, take exit 11C, Chapatala Street, South Peter Street. Quarter mile, slide right on Chapatala Street. In 700 feet, slide right on Chapatala Street.
That's a beautiful tag. Hey, that's Uber. Have you noticed a lot of damn Uber drivers drive damn Nissans? I never really paid attention to that. A lot of them drive Nissans. In Atlanta, a lot of them drive the big Cadillacs too, and Suburbans and Yukons. Word has it that Uber's trying to do the truck thing too, and I don't like that. They already cut their damn short cheap on damn cabs. Just imagine we're gonna try to do with trucks. I'm sorry, I don't carry a cheap ass load for nobody. Carry cheap loads, you don't make any money.
Mile. Turn left on Felicity Street.
Pretty late. Nice little area over there.
1/4 mile. Turn left on Felicity Street and then approaching destination on the left side in 200 feet. In 700 feet, turn left on Felicity Street and then approaching destination on the left side in 200 feet.
Walmart entrance.
You have arrived at your destination on the left side, 501 Felicity Street.
Yep, I'm at the ports.
I would encourage everyone to do that because the more people that vote, the more chances it gives a common sense candidate like Hillary the White House.
Sam from Missouri, you're on with Maps.
Look how the bricks are made over in there. They have painted all over the bricks, but they're for open bars, so but that's pretty cool.
Really quick.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, first of all, I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. You know what happened there a few years ago. The Mike Brown thing.
Yes.
And I'm one of those guys.
Tell him I said hi, man.
Hey, gotta let you guys go. They said no recording inside of the facility. So we'll talk to you guys later. Don't want to get no shit. Don't want nothing ran out of me. Somebody come on the side. So I'll let you guys later. Peace.